All right. Good morning. Running a little bit late this morning. Please forgive me. Let me say what's good to everybody. Cadillac 634 in the dough. What's going on? Akeem Idris in the building. Andy Gill, Fresh Baker, Terrell W. Good morning, David Howard. Kentrell LeGrew. So, Vanag, you got a chance to watch that Rolly and Raleigh face-off? I know everything about you, Ryan. Just Do Boxing. What's up, man? I feel blessed, man. We got royalty in the building, man. What's up, Just Do Boxing? Good morning, sir. He said, peace, Fanon. The OG, respect to the chat. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Fanon, the OG, respect to the chat. Thank you, brother. What's up, Floyd? Oh, what? Fanon's Floyd Schofield the third. Floyd Schofield got a little kid. Floyd Schofield the third. What up, man? You Floyd's little brother? What's up to everybody else in the chat? If I miss y'all, say it. What's up as we go through, man? What's up, that dude named Dave? Jab Queen Boxing. Big Kev 100. Denali Smith. What up, man? Yeah, man, we back at it. Man, it's fight week. It's fight week. I'm amped up. First thing first, let me remind you guys of what Fahim Sator said, and I have to agree with in the live stream we had yesterday. We need Devin Haney to win. I need a big knockout. I don't even need a knockout. I need a dominating performance out of Devin Haney. This is a big chance for him, man. And I'm rooting for Devin Haney. All the Bill Haney nonsense, I'm willing to sit to the side. I'm willing to sit down for the betterment of boxing, because we do need that young former champion to get back in a winning way, bro. We really do. We need it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. I want Devin Haney to win this fight against Jose Ramirez. I would love if he won by knockout. I don't think he has to win by knockout. He doesn't have to win by knockout to impress me. All right, that's what's ha. I sent you the Daniel Dubois face-off and push. Okay, hold on. Let me check this out. Why? They're standing in the middle of a UK stadium. And Danny Dubois. Look at Danny Dubois. Danny Dubois. That's hilarious. Danny Dubois. I got to do a short on that, man. Devin getting the big L. Nah, come on, man. I'm rooting for Devin. All right, cool. I'll make a short about that. Shushu Bank said, hey, I forgot about the Hanos clan. I wonder why they are so quiet. Well, look, man. Joe A, what up, man? Devin ain't knocking nobody out. Let's be real. Joe A, I refuse to allow you to let your negative juju in here and try to tell me that Devin can't do it. Devin can do it. Dubois called him a pussy. Hey, man, come on, Daniel Dubois. Hey, man. Hey, you think he can pull off the win? Come on. Can he pull off the win? That's what I want to know. I remember him quitting in the last fight. I remember that. But I have to tell you, I've been watching a lot of Muhammad Ali. And let me tell you right now, bro. Muhammad Ali in 1965 would sleep Alexander Usyk inside of 7 rounds. And he would sleep Daniel Dubois probably inside of 6. Man, the difference in that dude's skill level and these dudes that we're watching out of the UK is night and day, bro. When I'm telling you night and day, I mean it's night and day. Haney's just a long version of Montana Love in my book. He needs to go to 147 or 154 and campaign without draining his power so we can see what he really is. Well, he's at 147 now, Joe A. We'll see. He was robbed of a TKO by a bad referee. Okay, come on. Are you putting your are you going for him? You got, is that a prediction? Is that if you want to? I'm not asking you to do a prediction. Come on, but is that your prediction? Your prediction is that Danny Dubois in this next fight is going to TKO Alexander Usyk? I'll tell you that I do believe that Danny Dubois is probably a better fighter now than he was when he fought Alexander Usyk, because of what he showed against Anthony Joshua. He's going to be a lot more confident. He's going to be a lot more confident. But Usyk already whooped him up now. Let's not forget who wound up on their knees in that fight. Danny Dubois wound up on his knees, if I remember correctly. What's up, Victor? 2 Cent said, well, he had 144. He's easing his way to 147, apparently. Yeah, he's gonna have Devin Haney's gonna have no choice. He's gonna have to move up to 147 because he's at 147 now. And if he ever wants to fight for another championship, he's gonna have to do it at 147 pound weight division. Even though I am curious to find out what the weight is for Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Man, what's up, Rick Timms? Cosmic Hours said, just got here. What did Bud do? I don't think you've seen anything about Bud in this commentary because I talked about Bud yesterday. Cosmic Hours. Very funny. You're a very funny guy. You're a very funny guy. But no, you're going to have to wait for a little while for me to say anything about Terrence Crawford. But I will when I start talking about Turki Al-Sheikh. Absolutely, positively will. When I start talking about Turki the bully, when I start talking about Tutu, trust me, I'll bring him up when I start talking about Tutu. It's 147 for Ryan and Rolly. They conditioned in interviews. Okay, that's what's up. Thank you so much. They let you know the conditions in the interviews. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, hell yeah, Tutu. That dude's name is Tutu. Put your ass because he makes you wear tutus. They call him Tutu because he be putting niggas in tutus. He be putting y'all suckers in tutus. Boy, y'all soft, man. Boy. Y'all don't understand, man, what it is to want to be a revolutionary, bro. You know what the dream of any real revolutionary is? The dream of a revolutionary really is to die in action for the cause. That's what every revolutionary has to know. They're probably going to get met with. You know what I mean? That's why there's so few revolutions, because you really have to have a lot of people that are going to say, you know what? I know we're going to wind up in jail or we're going to wind up in jail. We're going to wind up dead. So in order to be a real revolutionary, you got to be willing to, So when I read that article about Tutu and saw that Tutu was snatching people off the streets and slapping them in the mouth because of what they said on Twitter, or at least on social media, and then to find out that they suspected he is working with somebody that was bribing workers at Twitter to provide the personal information of people who have certain Twitter handles, because when you get a Twitter handle, they know your phone number, they know your address, they got access to where you access Twitter from. All of that type of information is tracked by Twitter. So this guy was out paying people at Twitter to give him the personal information of people, right? That's a very dangerous thing, especially when you can feed that information to somebody that wants to snatch you off the street, right? Because what happened to this one guy was that they called him on the phone and said, hey, this is a state official, meet me in a public place. They meet him in a public place, according to this report. Then they throw him in the back of a black van, mask him, put a hoodie over his head, I assume, put him in a black van where he doesn't know where he's going. And then they lead him into a room, and then they take the hood off, and it's this very big, ornate room. At least that's the way I envision it based off my reading of the article. And Turki Al-Sheikh is there. According to the report, Turki Al-Sheikh is there. And Turki Al-Sheikh in this article is is believed to have, or it's stated that he slapped this guy 3 times, put him back in the van, and dumped him off in the middle of the highway and told him to find his way home. You know what I mean? That's pretty rough and rugged stuff, wouldn't you say? That's pretty rough stuff, wouldn't you say? I would say that is pretty rough stuff. I don't know about you. I would say that's pretty rough stuff. So he's basically being involved just with that right there. Man, do you know what that is? That's espionage, dog. Man, if Turki Al-Sheikh is finding YouTube channels, people that do their YouTube channels, finding people on their Instagram channels, finding people, come on, man. What kind of sucker shit is that, bro? You're gonna actively ask for this guy to be in charge of boxing because a guy that apparently, obviously, is at a fight, actually at a boxing event with the guy. Isaiah YWD said 100% agree for 9. It is sickening that he is doing that he's even doing these things. I mean, come on, man. That's why I tell you, man, like, dude, you like my dad told me a long time ago. If you put anything on the internet, you better assume people know exactly who you are, where you are, and what you're talking about. Every time. You got to assume that every single solitary time. So that's no problem with me because I already know that everything and everybody that you look at, if you're connected to anybody, they watch what you do anyway. Why did you say Turki is ruining boxing? Because he is. He's going to get the sport banned in the United States. Because the path that he's taking would have ended boxing in the United States. Because they wrote a big expose in the New York Times about the guy that runs boxing in the United States and globally being an international thug. Okay? Now, the reason, I mean to say that disrespectfully to you two, said, but the reason they put the Ali Act in place was because of people that were doing things similar to what Turki Al-Sheikh is doing, which is called the mob, or at least what he's accused of doing. Now, this is on the back of them having boxing events in which Daniel Kinahan was involved. Daniel Kinahan has a $5 million reward out on him from the United States for information leading to his arrest. Come on, this is the second guy. Now, if you don't think people are going to, and then they have the audacity to try to lobby the Senate, U.S. Senate, to get the Ali Act overturned. When I'm saying he's bad for boxing, I mean, like, do you want to have boxing? I'm just wondering, if we are such big fans of the sport, do we want the sport to continue? Because it's not going to continue if articles like the one that was written in the New York Times on Sunday is continued to be written. It's just not going to happen. They're going to say, look, man, this is a corrupt sport with a bunch of international criminals washing money. Hey, man, no, this is not a market that we want in the United States. And plus, the sport itself is so dangerous to people. You see what's happening in the UFC. UFC can hardly keep a star because of the punishment a UFC fight takes on a fighter. And those guys ain't getting paid hardly any money for taking the beatings that they're taking. You know? So, no, man. So when I'm saying he's bad for boxing, I mean he's bad for boxing in that way. There is such thing as called bad money. Just because somebody dumps a bunch of money in it doesn't mean it's good. Like, oh, there's a bunch of money in it. That makes it good. No, you got to look to see where the money's coming from. You have to see what strings are attached to the money. You know what I mean? Not all money is good money. It's not. If you take the bribe, just say, for example, what they say is true. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. However, let's just, for the sake of argument, say that the New York Times and their investigation is right. That he had access to the personal information of U.S. citizens, because he's not concerned about what he's doing in Saudi Arabia, because it's the federal investigation. It's a federal investigation. It's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So they're looking at things that are taking place in the United States. So I don't think it's unreasonable to believe that they're looking at information having been given out about American citizens. And the people that he's looking at at least the article says, are people with very small Twitter channels, small ones, under 1,000. You know what I mean? So like me in my situation, I got 140,000 on YouTube. I've got over 30,000 on Instagram. I've got 5,000 on Twitter. I've got 5,000 on LinkedIn. Like, what am I supposed to think if I'm going to be trying to criticize this guy? Oh, I got to worry about him finding where my house is. I got to worry about him finding out where my job is. I got to wonder about some pressure being put on me because this dude is upset about my opinion about boxing. How long do you think U.S. senators are gonna sit around and be like, yeah, that's something we really want to do? Because people are going to complain about it, dude. It's not Saudi Arabia where you don't have any recourse at all. Anyway, I just can't give props to a cheater. This is Lorenzo Williams. I need to give you a wrench. I just can't believe. I'm sorry. I just can't give props to a cheater who purposely missed weights and took PEDs. If he believes he is that good, then he wouldn't have purposely cheated, didn't want to cut so fat could mask PEDs. I mean, look, you can make any old shit up you want to say. Devin Haney still got his ass beat by that. What was his name? The cheater who purposely missed weight and took PEDs. Yeah, that guy beat Devin's ass. And guess what? That guy's no longer suspended and Devin's on his undercard. So Lorenzo Williams, I appreciate, that pro Devin rah-rah. I do. I appreciate that. We need more Devin Haney rah-rah out there because I hope he wins this fight. But just understand that everything that you say can be true. But Devin is still fighting on that guy's undercard. And nobody's really thinking about what Devin's record is. It's not impressing people right now. Because the last thing that they saw, and I could play video of it and ridicule him, but I don't want to do it today. Depending on how y'all act when y'all come back. Okay? Depending on how y'all act when y'all come back. I don't want to ridicule him. So nobody's really checking for that, man. I have to tell you. That line is, oh, not to mention they uploaded that fight. Oh, you're talking about they uploaded the fight for Conor Benn 2 days later and I could have saved my money and watched that fight on a YouTube channel? Next time I'm going to take 2 days and watch it on the YouTube channel. Being on the undercard of a dude you sued who beat your ass is savage. Blame Bill. Yeah, man. I do blame Bill and Bill's bad management. Yes. You can have 5 good years as a manager and then have a really bad one. Kind of like you can have 5 good years, 10 good years as a fighter and then have a bad fight and all of a sudden you're a bum all the time. All of a sudden you're a bum again. Man, does that mean you're going to unblock me and the rest of the Thanos clan? Friggin' see the flyer. If you are blocked, how can I have this comment? If you are blocked, how could you have this? How could you text this? I'm very interested to know, bro, because I don't think you could if you were blocked. And like I said, Ray Davis, no. Fuck Ray Davis. Claymore Rain, no. Fuck Claymore Rain. So I have to say, as far as the Thanos clan goes, nah, not all of y'all are welcome back around your boy, because I don't need you. Serious talk, bro. My friend, nah. You told me not to allow you to come on as a frequent flyer. You have Frequency the Flyer channel, which has a wrench, and you're speaking to me. Frequency the Flyer. Yeah, he say just come in the door line. Exactly. Walked right in the door telling stories, bro. You walked right in the store. Hey, man, I got a Bugatti. I bought a Bugatti. Can y'all see that? I bought a Bugatti. No wrench? What do you mean no wrench? That's because he was blocked. I didn't say he ain't never been blocked. I said he's not blocked. I didn't say, hey, I'll give him his wrench back, though. Hold on, no. I'll give him his wrench back, though. Oh, Bud is in the picture, though. Oh, that's why he said hating on Bud. Oh, yeah, I do have Bud in the picture. I apologize. Yeah, I do. Because he's on some shady shit. That's what this whole video is about. It's shady shit. I'm just being real with you, dog. It's just he's on some fugazi shit. What you want me to say? Fugazi, fugazi, fugazi. Here you go. Here's your wrench back. I did get you. You must have got blocked because you didn't have you ain't got no moderator on you. But the link is right here. I mean, you can click that link. I think I put the link in. Man, what's going on, man? Hold on. All right, Raphael. All right, Raphael, got you. You have a wrench, Raphael Rivera. I've seen you enough times. Please don't be a troll. Hey, Martin, is there any way you can get with KQKC to aid him in unblocking me like you did for me when you saw me on KO's channel? Internet may have me shadow banned. I don't know. Oh, Rick, you got to go onto his channel. You got to get your YouTube channel. You have to go to your YouTube channel. I don't think I can go to your YouTube channel anymore. Rick, you got to go to your YouTube channel. And when you go to like my channel and YouTube, you put that, and then you go to the private chat and you give that to a link to KQKC, then KQKC can go over there and then he can unblock you from your YouTube channel. You have to tell KQKC he can only block you from your YouTube channel. He has to go over there. Otherwise, he's got to go through some shit and try to find you. And YouTube's listing of the blocks are not right. You know what I mean? Frequent is on LinkedIn under Bill's Nuts. Anyway, let me put a link up, bro. I don't want to call Rick Timms up here, man, and bully Rick. There's that link, though. You can come on up here, though. If KQKC clicks the link, then you can do it with me, and I can go to your channel if you don't mind. All you got to do, Rick Timms, is hit the link and put it in here. And if KQKC jumps on, I can put it in the chat, show him, and he can go to it and get it done. I don't mind taking time for that to work out because I'd hate for you to be blocked on KQKC because KQKC is a very good channel. Shout out to the Shy on phone them. I don't know about that though with him. He said, bully me. He said, come on, man. Never, ever. I know, man. I'm just messing with you, bro. Hey, what's up, Joseph Bermia? Shout out to you, brother. Shout out. Look, though, for real. I need Devin Haney to win this fight, man. I don't need a knockout because I don't want to put in the air that he needs a knockout. He just needs a dominating performance, bro. I really need a dominating performance out of Devin Haney, out of Jose Ramirez. Because then the question becomes, to me, how good is Ryan Garcia? Because that ass whooping is never going to go away until Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight again. That's the only way that ass whooping goes away, bro. You got to prove it, man. You know what I mean? Devin Haney, it's not enough for Devin Haney to say that this guy's a cheater. I don't want to fight him. That's not enough. You got to say, oh, like, okay, I know he cheated. We know he cheated, for the sake of argument, because honestly, I think it was inadvertent. Kamal says, get the clinch counter ready. Kamal with the savage bomb from left field, bro. We need Ryan to pass a drug test with the New York State. He already did. Frequency the Flyer. Ryan already passed the drug test with the New York State Athletic Commission. He just passed one. That's how he got off suspension. Frequency Flyer, man. I miss you, man. I miss you, brother. I do. I miss rapping with you, dog. It's always nice. You of the Hanos clan, I like you the most. Now that's kind of, that's not high praise, trust me. However, I do like you. I ain't watching Haney no more. I'm sorry. I will watch it when it's on YouTube. Come on, Joey. Are you going to watch Martin Bacoli again? Joey, are you going to watch Martin Bacoli again? I'm not going to watch Martin Bacoli until Martin Bacoli or somebody of note like Daniel Dubois fights Michael Hunter. I am going to boycott y'all until y'all fight Michael Hunter. How you like that? I know y'all don't like that. What's up, Blue A? Blue a hoe? That man said blue is a hoe. I think I want to give you a wrench, bro. I remember when Blue Blood gave somebody a wrench on his channel because they was hating on me. Super sticker from the LL Music TV. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man, for the support, dog. It really means a lot, man, because boxing is dry. Do you know how dry boxing is? Even the best fight that we have, the best card we have coming up in the next couple weeks. Blue a hoe says, facts. Hey, Fanon, I agree. Just my thoughts. I like Devin as a fighter, but I think Ramirez isn't going to be a walk in the park for Devin. Just my thoughts, Fanon. I agree 100%, man. That dude named Dave saying boxing being dry is an understatement. It is, man. Frank Franklin said, no BS. I really hate Blue's voice. Bro, that shit is obnoxious, bro. I can't listen to that shit, bro. I can't lie, dog. I know some of y'all can't listen to me. Trust me, the feeling is absolutely positively mutual, bro. It is mutual in a mug, bro. I can't listen to that shit. What up, Double Double? How you feeling, bro? Trust me, it is mutual in a mug, dog. It's mutual. Mutual. I'm just trying to hear diabolical. Diabolical. I'm tired of hearing him saying diabolical with frog eyes. Diabolical. Bro, look. That nigga Showbiz has introduced buck dancing into YouTube videos like you would not believe. Hey! Because I'm telling you, people be biting off people, but if you bite off somebody that buys all their views, bro, you're just going to come off looking like a cornball, dog. Trust me. Because those guys are not going to watch you. You're not good enough of a coon. It is a talent really to be Step and Fetch. Man, Step and Fetch is one of the greatest actors in American history. You remember Step and Fetch? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Step and Fetch. Was he dressed up like an egg for the Ben fight? I don't know. I don't watch, bro. Trust you me, I don't watch. I just want to tell you, bro, you know who Step and Fetch is? Y'all should see Step and Fetch, man. Step and Fetch was an incredible actor because he played such a buffoon. He played like one of the, Step and Fetch type, is literally Step and Fetch. Like, step over there and fetch me something, nigga. That's what Step and Fetch was, man. So Step and Fetch is one of the greatest actors, bro, because he was nothing like that in real life. In real life, he was a very sophisticated person, acted like he had sense. You know, he wasn't walking around talking about, yeah, exactly. He's the highest paid man in Hollywood for what he was doing, bro. He was getting paid, man. It takes talent to do that, man. I'm telling you, I'm not saying dude ain't got no talent. I'm just saying, bro, that buffoonery, you got to be real talented to get that. And you got to have everybody buy you too, you know? You can't just be no regular dude to buffoon like that, bro. You got to have a sense of humor. You have to have no shame. You have to have a sense of humor and no shame whatsoever. Now, I have a sense of humor, and I don't really have no shame except for acting like a buffoon. When my son first went to school, I told him in a very violent tone, Fanon, do you have Bill Haney's number so I can prank call him? No, I didn't. I do not have his phone number because I deleted that shit. I deleted his number just in case I ever thought in the future I might want to call him. The past me was like, man, you don't call that nigga. If I decide that I don't fuck with you, bro, I delete your number. I don't even want to be tempted to call you because I'm a very forgiving soul. So I don't want anybody to get confused, bro. I will block your number and then I will delete your number. So that shit will not hit me anymore. That shit will come but block the number. Oh, nope. And I've gotten calls from Vegas. I've gotten several calls from Vegas. So half these channels can't spell the word diabolical. They also really don't need to use that word consistently because it sounds like you're trying to be fancy. Man, that's diabolical. Man, diabolical. I don't know. I could say diabolical. I could say, man, I think that's pretty diabolical. I would say diabolical, but you got to say diabolical like, that's diabolical. I was just with a young kid looking at that show. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not for me. Oh, trying to show he's got a vocabulary. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. Don't try to show off your vocabulary, bro. You always got to speak a little lower than your highest, I didn't know who was doing that shit. It's a slang. Oh, it's slang. It's slang. Oh, okay. That makes sense. 40-year-old. It's a new slang. You got a 40-year-old man using new slang. Anyway, I don't want to hate on that nigga no more. Let me stop hating, bro, because that dude is phony as shit. I've been telling y'all he phony as shit. It came out that he's phony as shit, so I'm good. That's all I had to say. Blue Blood's a bitch. Y'all all know it now. So there you go. Now I don't have to say it anymore. You know what I mean? It's all understood. What is known? What is that? What he said? What is known doesn't need to be understood, explained, or something like that. What is known doesn't need to be understood, something like that. I'm telling you, bro. Before a YouTube moderator demonetizes my live stream, demonetize my live stream because I blew smoke. Hey, what's up, King? I'm almost thoroughly convinced King is a YouTube moderator. I'm almost positive his ass is, because every time his ass came on my channel, I would get my video would immediately be demonetized. I'd have to review it. It would get overturned. It would get overturned. But it would be like for months on end, everything would turn yellow. Whenever he was around, my shit turned yellow immediately after the live stream. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Thank you. Yeah, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So fake and fake. How about that? Fake and fake. Neither one of them are authentic. You're not talking to a real person. They're not giving you their real opinions. Those are opinions by other given to them to present to you. You're giving thoughts from other people that they're expressing through their pie holes and claiming is them to you. That is what's going on in YouTube boxing right now. That's why boxing is so dry. Boxing is so dry. Let me tell you, Thug Nasty. Let me tell you something, Thug Nasty. No, I wouldn't say it to his face. I would walk right by the nigga like I didn't see him. And if he said something to me, then I would say something to him and tell him exactly why I said it. Absolutely, I would. But here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Niggas are going to be calm when I get around them. Trust me. Ain't nobody getting rah-rah around me, bro. No, that ain't clown but savior. Nigga, I will get you beaten up, nigga. How about that? Nigga, how about I just get you beaten up? How about we do that? How about I'm 56 years old, nigga, and I ain't got to do shit. I'll get you thumped up myself, bro. Thank you very much. No worries. Put your name in the chat. Put your name in the chat, punk. Put your name in the chat. Here's a link. Here, show your face and give me your name. Show your face and give me your name. There's your link. That way, when you get your ass whooped, everybody know you got your ass whooped. Okay? I ain't moving no goalposts, nigga. I said I'll get you beat up. Put your face and your name in here, nigga, so I don't have to go looking for you. And then when you get your ass whooped, oops, I'm sorry, I'm threatening you. That's what I thought, Thug Nasty. That's what I thought, Thug Nasty. You a nasty thug, huh? Thugs in love. You a thug in love is what you are, boy. You a thug in love. Give me your name. Give me your name, your face. I don't need the city. Just give me your name and your face. And we'll see. Give me your name and your face. And then we'll see. Anyway, back to regular programming. Since you're not going to show your face and you're not going to give me your name, we'll just assume that you don't want that known. Thank you, Kamal.
Hey, what's up, Fanon? Before I begin, can I get a 10 count for former Oregon defensive tackle and Pittsburgh Steelers first round pick Derek Harmon? His mom died over the weekend right after he was picked in the first round, so at least she got to see that. That was one of the last things that happened. Derek Harmon's mom, can we get a 10 count for her?
Yes, I got to do it. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, moment of silence, because I can't see. You don't have the song.
Yeah, thank you. I got to get my gong back. All right, man, we're going to take a moment of silence. Please don't type anything in the chat for the next 30 seconds. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. So what else is on your mind? Come on.
Rest in peace to Derek Harmon's mom. May he have a storied NFL career and be successful. And I'm so glad, I don't like to see death. I've seen some of it in, my life. I'm just glad she got to see her son become a first round draft pick before she passed. So God bless her soul.
Yeah, God bless her soul.
All right, fight week this week. Got to disagree with you on one thing.
Yes, sir.
I don't think this Jose Ramirez fight, and I disagree with Gabe Rosado too on this. I don't think it's a dangerous fight for Haney. Why do I not think it's a dangerous fight for Haney? Ramirez has not looked good in a long time, probably since the controversial win over what's his name? Who's that Cuban guy I'm thinking of? Bartholomew.
Yeah. Ramsey's Bartholomew.
Yes, I thought Bartholomew beat him, and I think that the Josh Taylor fight where he got knocked down, I think twice officially, maybe 3 times. I think that took a lot out of him, and he's not really a power puncher. So I think Haney should cruise to a victory here. I think it'll be kind of a boring, unanimous decision, maybe like 10 rounds to 2, 11-1, maybe even a clean sweep. I just don't. I've never rated Jose Ramirez. You could recall, when since I've been calling in, I've been talking about how Top
You did,
Rank
yeah.
allowed him to maneuver around Regis Prograis. The WBC allowed that, and he was the only guy at 140 that didn't enter. He was the only either champion or top contender that didn't enter the Super Six series. I don't know if you remember that, Fanon. Everybody else entered that WBS World Boxing Super Series except Jose Ramirez. So not only did he duck
Oh,
Regis
I remember
Prograis,
that. Yeah.
yep, not only did he duck Regis Prograis, he ducked the real smoke in the World Boxing Super Series that all of his contemporaries fought in. So I think that Haney wins that one. He's working with Nate Jones now. So for all the talk that he hates Floyd and he and Bill trash Floyd, you're working with Nate Jones on the bag. You're saying you're the successor to Floyd, but yet you hate him and he hates you. If he hated you, he would block Nate Jones from working with you. So that's another thing that they're full of crap on. Um, I do think that Barbosa will thoroughly outbox Teofimo Lopez, but I doubt Barbosa gets the win on the cards. And why do I say that? Because we have precedent of Lopez getting gift decisions. And unlike, where corporate media hammered Danny Garcia for one fight, really, the Mauricio Herrera fight that was a controversial decision win for Danny Garcia, nobody seems to hammer Teofimo Lopez. And I know why. We all know why he doesn't get hammered or criticized for the Sandor Martin robbery, as well as the what's his name, the Puerto Rican fellow he had a close fight with, and then the Pedro Campa fight. He didn't look good. I think Barbosa is just going to outbox him, and there's a reason why Jermaine Ortiz is the other one where people thought that Jermaine Ortiz beat him. Um, there's a reason why Tio was caught on camera begging Top Rank when Barbosa was under contract with Top Rank to not make him fight Barbosa. He hasn't wanted that fight, and he's been ducking Barbosa for about 3 years. Barbosa has the style to beat him. But why do I say that I doubt Barbosa is going to get a victory on the cards? Turki Al-Sheikh, again, in these freak show fights that nobody asked for, he's putting it out on Twitter that he wants to make Boots versus Teofimo Lopez. Tio does nothing at all for Boots. That would be a horrible fight in terms of Boots's career trajectory is to stay at 147, like he and Bozy have said and been consistent from the beginning, and go undisputed at 147, then move up to 154. Tio brings nothing to the table for Boots, and it's just a stupid fight to me. So Tio, if he really, and I know Tio's been calling out Boots, but it's just a clout chase. If Tio wants Boots, he has a direct path to the Boots fight, Fanon. You know what that direct path to the Boots fight is?
What's that?
He is the WBO champion, can move up to the 147, exercise his champion immediate mandatory status, and go beat Brian Norman Jr. That's how he can earn the Boots fight.
Fair enough. I don't have a problem with that. I
So
don't.
Turkey's investing all and talking about all these freak show fights nobody cares about. We want to see what Boots wants, and what Boots wants is to go undisputed in the division. Now the WBA gave him 2 mandatories. We've talked about that. And the IBF, he'll eventually have to face another mandatory with the IBF. So I think that Barbosa fight is probably the most dangerous. I will say this for Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. People are counting out Rolly here. Ryan, despite Derek James really improving him, he still keeps his chin in the air. So if Rolly is able to connect on him, and from what I understand in the sparring between Ryan and Rolly didn't get blown out. Rolly made a good name for himself when he sparred Ryan, albeit that was years ago. Rolly can people love to hate on Rolly because he fought Tank, and they hate Tank. But Rolly, if he connects on Ryan, he can really make it a short night. We've seen Ryan get knocked down by what's his name, Tevin Campbell. Who's that British guy he fought? Luke Campbell, Tevin Campbell. Those guys. We've seen him get hurt by that guy. So there is precedent for Rolly to put Ryan down, and so that's a dangerous fight, especially if Ryan is not
That's
guarded.
Luke,
That has a
that's
potential.
Luke Campbell, bro. It's Luke
No,
Campbell.
I know it's Luke Campbell. I said Tevin Campbell in jest, Fanon. So I will say this: I say the most dangerous opponent is Barbosa for Tio because of his history and what Barbosa's in. Actually, he's in really good form now, Unlike Ramirez, who's in bad form, hasn't looked good for years, Barbosa's in good form. But I will say this: don't discount Rolly Romero because of his pop, because of his power, and he could make things really interesting for Ryan Garcia. Want to get your thoughts on all that, Fanon? With that, I'm out. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Always good to see you. I think that you could be right, man. Rolly could definitely catch Ryan with a overhand right, or cut or try or catch him. Throwing hooks. He can hook with a hooker. You know, and he absolutely could catch him, man. And I'm looking to see and hope Rolly does well, man. I really hope he does. I've just seen him outclassed by guys before, so it just seems like a little bit of a stretch. As far as Arnold Barboza, again, I'll admit that I really haven't seen enough of Arnold Barboza. I just know that T.O. fights to the level of his competition. And it's very I don't always know about how well he has how good his game plan is for fighters. So I think he's always playing things by ear, a lot of things by ear. And I mean, against a guy that is as solid as Arnold Barboza, that could really go wrong. That could really go wrong for him. Angel says there's no article about Turkey being a crazy dictator. Where are you getting that info? Okay, I really appreciate you asking this question, because I think that you have to be asking this because I have it. So I won't waste my time with it again unless you seriously are asking me where the information is, because you think that I don't really have that information. And if you think that I'm making that information up, you must be living underneath a rock. I know that it's not being publicized by boxing media. I haven't heard anybody doing reports about it. I haven't. It's pretty amazing to me. So maybe the reason you don't know about it is because the boxing media isn't telling you about it. I wonder why. Because this is certainly an article about boxing, and a guy that proclaims, and that the boxing media proclaims to be the king of boxing. But yeah, so I'll go to the end. I'll wait for you to tell me whether or not, you're being serious or not. Other than that, I'm not going to waste my time explaining something I've already explained. There certainly is an article about it, and it's in the New York Times. Here it is. It's entitled Turkey Special Report. This is from The Athletic, which is in the New York Times. See that? www.newyorktimes.com. The Athletic. That is the section, the athletic section of the New York Times. That is Turki Al-Sheikh right there. Yes, it is. That is him. Over the past 6 months, The Athletic has interviewed more than 40 people across boxing, the Saudi royal court, and international businesses. The vast majority spoke anonymously, some for fear of over their own security, others so that they could discuss sensitive issues candidly or protect business relationships. They paint a picture of a man who operates as a glitzy promoter on the global stage, but who is central to a regime that rules with an iron fist back at home. Multiple people have told The Athletic. The number of people detained for sending critical tweets about Al-Sheikh led to one area of Riyadh jail becoming known by prisoners as the Tutu Wing, referring to his nickname. They talked about his relationship with Mohammed bin Salman. I do believe that is the crown prince of Saudi Arabia. One of Al-Sheikh's entourage during the preparation for a recent World Heavyweight Championship fight appeared to be a man wanted by the FBI as a suspected spy. The Egyptian singer Amal Mayer disappeared from public view for 2 years after reportedly filing a police report accusing Al-Sheikh of assault. No charges were brought against Al-Sheikh. We have personally verified either the charges against or sentences of more than 10 cases of people being detained in Saudi Arabia for criticizing Turkey Al-Sheikh. Let me repeat this. We have personally verified either the charges against or sentences of more than 10 cases of people being detained in Saudi Arabia for criticizing Turkey Al-Sheikh. Yeah, okay. Where am I getting that from, huh? I think you guys are illiterate or lazy. Can you please tell me which one it is? The nigga got a cell block named after him. What up, Phoenix?
Yo, what's good with it? So you have to
Chilling,
set
bro.
some people straight.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I got a little amped up. But
That's
yeah,
all
we
good. How was your weekend, man?
man, it was good, man. That fight was fun. I thought you'd talk about it yesterday, man. It was interesting. It was worth the money I paid to see that fight.
Yeah. Basically went the way that I thought it would. I thought that size was going to be too much of a difference for Conor Ben. Like even with the weight cutting issues that Eubank was having. Like even before that, I was saying like, yeah, that size. I don't think Conor Ben's going to be able to get him up out of there. And the fact that he ain't throw no body shots. Mm, 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 mm. It's one of them things where, like, for me, it's things like that, so simple that you would think that, oh, he is shorter, and he knows that the guy had trouble making weight. Go to the body. He was definitely close enough, but he kept on throwing headshots. Man, I really saw some people on Twitter saying, "Oh, well, maybe he saw something, and there was a reason he wasn't going to the body." I was like, "Yeah, the reason is he didn't have IQ enough to know go to the body." I mean, that's basically rule number one. Like at our gym, like from the ground up, whenever we working with new people, we emphasize that body shots are important because people can move their head out the way a lot better than they can move their entire body out the way. Especially when you're the shorter person, you don't want to be trying to reach up, hit somebody in the head, and have your chin up in the air when the body is right there in front of you. So, the fact that Conor Ben like didn't really focus on that kind of surprising for me. Because he's one of them people that I guess some people have ranked high up there, but it's one of those things where, hey, a lot of fighters that y'all think got high IQ or might be a notch above the rest, they don't really have the mindset to go ahead and be able to adjust. So there's that to consider. One of them being Tiafimo. He got that fight with Barboza coming up. I am Barboza, his last few fights, he's looked kind of good, better than I expected. I'm surprised with how well he did against Catterall, because Catterall ain't somebody that's easy to look good against, because like that guy really does like to hit and not get hit. And we seen what happened when Catterall fought Prograis, and that man looking lost. Well, Prograis kind of did that to himself, but that's just how he fight. But the way that Barboza handled that, pretty good. I don't know how good he is fighting off the back foot, because he was kind of, walking Catterall down mostly. And if his idea is to walk down Tiafimo, I don't know if that works out well for him. If he makes Tiafimo chase him,
Give me a second. BFTB military charges. You hate Turkey more than BF hates Tank. You're right. Good observation, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. A troll says something accurate. You're right. I do. I can't stand Turkey Al-Sheikh. I don't like bullies. I don't like them. Don't deal with them. Don't deal with them well. Don't mix with them well, because you're not bullying me, man. And if you're sitting there telling me that this guy has got somebody dipping into people's personal accounts and are attacking YouTube channels for the things they say about him, I'm one of the biggest critics there are of Turkey Al-Sheikh. And I got these bozos on my channel every day talking about how he's got unlimited funds and lying about the shit he says. So fuck Turkey and fuck you too. For real. I don't care about his military wing in Saudi Arabia. Nigga, I don't live in Saudi Arabia. I live in the United States. Good luck getting me in one. Anyway, so yeah, absolutely right. I don't like him, bro, because I don't like people that make other people feel uncomfortable. I don't like people that make other people feel like, oh, I can't say this or I need to say this. I have to say this. Oh, if I say this to you, I'll have 500,000 subscribers and I can make $1 million a year on YouTube. Yeah, dude, that would be nice if you don't have to sell your soul to do it, because it's not worth it to me. So fuck Turki, fuck his money. I told you his ass would shut the fuck up and he'd be out of the United States. And guess what? He's got 18 months left. So fuck that bully. Now they're putting all his business out there in the New York Times for everybody to know why there's a stupid fucking boxing match in the middle of Times Square, blocking everybody's fucking traffic, and they can't even go to the fight. I don't know how many ways I can say fuck Turki. For real. And I told my mother. You didn't try to, man, fuck out of here, nigga. King. Oh, I amped you up. You can't take credit for amping me up, dude. All right? You're the same bozo-ass dudes that come around here. You may be a new bozo-ass dude that comes around here. This is how I speak all the time. And I want to say this very clearly. My name is Martin Himes Blackwell. You spell it with a Y. On my birth certificate, it comes with an I. You know when I was born. You can find out where the fuck I am. Do something, nigga. Other than that, fuck off. And all you niggas around him can fuck off and stop bugging me. Okay? I don't like Turki Al-Sheikh. You're 100% right, because Turki Al-Sheikh is a fucking bully. And I'll be a dead nigga before I get punked by a bully. Fuck Turki. And yes, I despise him much more than BFTB could possibly despise Gervonta Davis, because you do not have a prison wing named after Gervonta Davis. Okay? You don't have it. Turki Al-Sheikh didn't do shit to me because he can't do shit to me. Fuck you and Turki Al-Sheikh and everybody. I would say everybody that looks like Turki, but that would be, I don't want to say that. Fuck everybody that holds hands with that sissy ass nigga. Anyway, go ahead, man.
Hey, speaking of him, that match in Times Square, man. Hopefully, that forecast from rain still stands, because I want to see how they adapt for that. hey, man, this man really thought he gonna put this outside. Like, man, last I checked, they had a 70% chance of rain with up to 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts of wind. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a sad day out there. Especially for some of them fighters on that card. I seen Ryan the other day breaking down, how he whooped Devin's ass. Now he hit him with 15 different types of left hooks. He hit him with the leaping one, hit him with one up close, hit him with the counter left, hit him with every single left hook that you could possibly imagine. And it was pretty dope. And so, I'm looking forward to seeing that happen again. But the crazy thing, I don't know if people notice, Devin Haney, is the one guy on the card of the main eventers. Raleigh, Ryan, T.O. Devin is the one who's fighting somebody who's coming off a loss. He's the one fighting somebody coming off a loss. Raleigh had his redemption, so he went ahead and did his thing against his last opponent after he lost to Pitbull. So Barboza, he just finished beating. I think his last fight was the Catterall fight. Teofimo's coming off a win. Ryan is coming off a win, even though it got reversed, but we can't unsee that ass whooping. So there's that. So Devin is the only one who's making this comeback against somebody who's coming off a loss.
You know what though?
What's
I'll
up?
tell you, we can't unsee it, but we can see it again.
Hey. And wouldn't it be funny if it happened at the hands of Rolly Romero this time, though? Because
I mean, at the hands of Jose Ramirez.
Well, man, hey, because this card has the potential to mess up future plans. I don't know if people realize that, because a lot of people believe that Rolly is going to go, or Ryan is going to go ahead and blast Rolly up out the water. But that fight is really a 50-50 fight. That fight is really a 50-50 fight.
Rolling Ryan is a 50-50 fight?
It is. And it's the thing. People don't realize that, because they always want to down Rolly because he looks sloppy in the ring. But they don't realize that It's more of a 50-50 fight than people think.
Man, okay. Well, I'll be watching it with you. We gonna call it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's
We'll
going to be a feel
calling
good
fights for 3
Friday
days. We'll be calling fights for 3 days.
for 3 days. I mean, I don't like turkey that much. Shoot, I don't
I
like it
ain't
that
watching.
much.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I am not paying. I am not paying for my saying away. Ain't no damn
Man,
way. So I'll
especially
catch
what.
that when they put that up free. I'll catch that
Oh
fight when
yeah,
they put it up for free. Then
it'll be
Canelo,
within 12 hours.
bro, it'll be the next day. So why am I wasting my money on that? They
Yeah,
gonna
it'll
put it
be on
straight up
Turkey's
there.
YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely doing that.
That's the way he did that fight card of the century. Within 12 hours, he uploaded each fight individually, even the undercard fights. He uploaded them all on his YouTube channel. So yeah, you ain't got to pay for that. Just wait 12 hours. You have it by the next afternoon. And then oh man, the Canelo. Hey, if what they're saying is true about Conor Ben making William Skull quit in sparring, hey, that's gonna be something special because they said Skull quit after 8 rounds and they were supposed to go 10. So I'm just looking at it
Here
like,
you go again with that.
man,
Here you go again with that shit.
hey,
Here
if
you
they
go. Oh,
telling
he
the
was supposed
truth.
to fight 15 rounds. He only fought us 8. Okay.
It sound like straight out the Devin Haney playbook.
Straight
You
out
know,
the playbook, Doug.
a lot of these fighters is taking after Devin Haney, and I don't think that's a good thing for boxing because it's okay to be good at something, but you don't want to be good at being bad. Like that's just one thing that I don't think people have understood yet. Being good at being bad is never a good thing. And then a few more tidbits. Tiafimo, like I was saying earlier, if
Hold on a second. Hold on
Barboza,
a second. Hold on a second. Ho, my BMW is a 2018. I don't have no 2010 BMW. I have a 2018 BMW. Get your research right, dog. Fuck Turkey Al-Sheikh. And I don't know how many different ways I can tell you. I know the little nigga watching, probably holding one of you niggas' hands, blowing kisses at each other in between the intermissions. Fuck you niggas, bro. I mean, I don't know how many ways I can tell you that. Fuck you niggas. Fully fuck you niggas. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, man.
I say Tiafimo could look bad, man. Because if Barboza know how to box off the back foot and look anything like that Ortiz fight, man, Tiafimo in trouble because he had trouble cutting off the ring. That's his downfall. And Ramirez, I'll say this: if Devin Haney make it past him and Raleigh beat Ryan, Devin versus Raleigh, I kind of wanted that fight to happen next. I wanted that to be the one that Devin had next after losing to Ryan and coming back. And I also wanted Raleigh to get that fight after he redeemed himself from that pit bull loss. That would have been like
Kamal
the
agrees with you,
greatest
bro.
thing for me.
Kamal agrees with you. Kamal said, I agree.
Okay, okay.
Ryan Rowley is a pick 'em fight. Man, why y'all hating on my boy Ryan again, man?
We're not hating on Ryan. Like it's because people really don't see that Raleigh is good just because he had like some close fights with that grandpa that I don't know. That dude looked like he was 80. They said he was 50. I don't know. He looked like he was just about 2 steps away from needing to have a hip replacement. But there was that guy, and then the fight with Pitbull. Because if you look at the Pitbull fight, you look at Raleigh's movement and his shot selection, he was doing good. The problem is, I think he just got winded and couldn't keep up with Pitbull's aggression and stuff, and that's what got to him. And then he ended up getting clipped because Rolly had some good movement in there, his good lateral movement. He was able to work off the jab, and his counter shots was pretty good. It's just that Pitbull could eat them shots. Pitbull said that Tank hits harder than Rolly, and Tank has said himself that he feels Rolly hits harder than Ryan because like it's not like it's a hard shot. It's just that Rolly got super duper heavy hands, is what Tank was saying. So he got heavy hands and he could catch you. So that's one of the things that I think people is underestimating is that Rolly, even though he looks sloppy, he knows what he's doing in the ring. And that's one thing that I always say, like before I hop off, is that a lot of people mistake how good a person looks and their athleticism for ring IQ. That's what a lot of people do. They say, "Oh, this person looks sharp. He looks fast," and everything. Look how crisp his movements are. Look how well he's moving, and they think that's ring IQ. It's not. So that's the thing. Like, you don't have to look pretty in order for the person to know what they're doing in there, and people don't get that. So when you see this fight, for as long as it lasts, it's gonna be pretty 50-50. It's gonna be toe to toe, and that's what I got for you today, man.
All right, bro. Thank you, Phoenix Assassin. Appreciate you as
For
always.
sure, for sure.
Now, for real, I appreciate Phoenix Assassin and Kamal because they always come when I need to be calmed down. But I mean this with the bottom of my heart, bro. No, I don't like y'all, man. I don't like y'all. And I'm not gonna hold my tongue. I see the effects of what y'all are trying to do, bro. I see the effects of what you're trying to do. You're trying to screw up the American market. You talk real bad about Deontay Wilder like he's garbage, but at the same time try to swoop into the United States and try to get venues and try to make the money in merchandising and try to do all of that stuff because you want the American market. But the problem with the American market is for you guys is that there's American fighters in the American market. And it doesn't matter how you internationalists want everything to be global. The fact of the matter is we don't need you. Gervonta Davis does not need his fights to be aired in Saudi Arabia. He doesn't even need his fights to be aired in Great Britain. The fact of the matter is he can make enough money putting on his own fights in the United States, and he can make enough money to provide for him and his families forever with the gates and the pay-per-views he can do in the United States. So the arguments that you guys have been making about the need for internationalism in boxing is nothing but bullshit and a way for you guys to try to stick your hand in everybody's pocket. So you're just trying to give out the money so you can destroy all of the promoters. That's what you said you were going to do. You're going to destroy the promoters. You were going to do away with the sanctioning bodies. You were going to take over American boxing. And none of you people in the media said anything. And just because King, you come on here in a fake name and start talking about how this Turkey hate is crazy. No, it is not. It's not crazy at all, bro. You see what he did already with Shakur Stevenson and went back on money was offered. You see that there's people that complained about not having been paid on his cards. So no, man. And absolutely people feel intimidated by him. And absolutely people are being shadow banned and attacked, copied. Come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit from that dude. You guys are sitting here trying to tell somebody to call him your excellency, and I find out he's a middle level, even though he's connected to, and by the way, I don't give a shit about Mohammed bin Salman either. And I mean that shit. Again, if you're going to be somebody that stands up for your principle, bro, you're going to die of something. Fuck those dudes. I do not have to sit up here and cow tie to that nigga for money. I don't need money that bad. Okay? And I'm going to say what I want to say. And just because that's the point I lost, just because you don't hear about it in boxing media doesn't mean it's not real. And in fact, if you hear it in boxing media, you should wonder if it's real. And the fact that you didn't hear anybody in boxing media talk about it should tell you more about boxing media than it should tell you about me. It just tells you that people are intimidated by the guy. It says it in the article. People told this stuff to people on condition of anonymity because they were concerned for their own security. You guys sit there, come up on here, tell me hating on Turki Al-Sheikh is crazy. No, it's not. Fuck Turki Al-Sheikh, bro. I'm not going to live my life or run my channel in some way where I act intimidated by some little nigga like that. No fucking way. If you're going to do something, do it. And that's what I've been saying to y'all bums. This ain't the first time. You niggas always swam around me. You swam around me when I was criticizing Bill Haney and Devin Haney like I needed to be worried about them. The fuck out of my face. I'm not going to be worried about you niggas. Not never. Hell no. Okay, because guess what? If you do something, I'm going to be dead. So what the fuck I got to worry about you for? I'm not worrying about you niggas. But I will tell the truth on you, bro. I will tell the truth on you. Absolutely. I was the first person to say these people are getting paid in cryptocurrency. That is a fucking shady shit. If there ever been some shady shit, I was the one to tell you about getting paid in net profit. I was. Not because there's some issue with getting paid a net profit if you're a business owner, but if you're not a business owner, what their expenses got to do with you? Get paid in gross revenue. I was called a hater for saying that shit to Devin Haney, and it's the fucking truth. Okay? Don't get paid in cryptocurrency, and if you're going to get paid out of revenue. And you don't have to have these big advances, which wind up being oftentimes nothing but advances that they call guarantees. I'm sorry, guarantees that they call advances based off the way it operates. And then what do I get? Every one of you little bum ass niggas all of a sudden turn into PhDs in law, LLMs in law and MBAs and finance experts all a damn sudden. I remember when y'all were running around telling people just sign the contract. Why? Because you guys are nothing but a bunch of ham-handed niggas that work for the managers and work for the promoters, and you guys have been doing exactly what they said. You got your mouths in the trough. But what's the trough? Not everybody got their hands in that trough. Not everybody is cutting deals with him, because some people got some fucking sense. But what do I get for telling you niggas that what to do when it's common sense? I get a bunch of niggas threatening me. Do something. Don't threaten. Do something. Stop boring me with that bullshit, bro. Do something. Every time I tell you niggas to do something, you don't do nothing. So maybe if everybody else told you to do something and you don't do nothing, then they could just say their names in the article and not feel like they have to be worried about somebody muscling them up. You niggas will never muscle me up, bro. Trust you me. On God, you will never, ever, 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 ever muscle me up, boy. You will never muscle me up, boy. Never. So that article to me, you're right. That article to me is offensive. That the Federal Bureau of Investigation is investigating somebody associated with him for getting people's personal information out of social media companies. And just because they cited Twitter doesn't mean they didn't try to do it with other people too. That is, and if you are supporting that type of behavior, utilizing that type of behavior, then you should suffer the full force of the law, which is what I told you. You bum niggas better stop acting foolish. You better go read that article. You better understand who reads that article. Y'all trying to tell black folk just because they don't read the New York Times that article's not in the New York Times. Yes, it's true. Most black people do not read the newspaper. And if they do read the newspaper, very few is reading the New York Times. You're right. Most people get their boxing news off boxing YouTube channels. They get their news off Twitter feeds. That's how they get their news. But that's not how federal investigators get their news. You better believe they read the New York Times. What is this? What is this? An expose on this? Now the New York Times is credible. Frank White, bro, let me tell you something, bro. If you don't think the New York Times is credible after interviewing 40 people and putting their name on it, punk, sue the New York Times. Frank, sue the New York Times then. I can't wait. When you tell me that they sued the New York Times and the New York Times did a retraction, when the Athletic does a retraction, wake me up. Wake me up when they actually say, you know what? We were sued by Turki Al-Sheikh for what we said. And because Turkey got all the money in the world, right? So wake me up when they print a retraction. Dog, the walls are closing in on you bums. I told you. And you can hate me all you want. The fact of the matter is, I told you, homie. I told you. I told you. I told you ahead of time. Turkey can float back over there to Saudi Arabia. You can't go float back over there to Saudi Arabia. Okay? You can't float over there, fancy pants. You can't. That's Frank White. By the way, that's Frank White right there. That's Frank White. You guys need to, what do you say? Get some better imagination, bro. You need to get some better imagination in your troll accounts. However, let me assure you of this. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about you. I'm not one of those dudes. Trust you me, I'm not one of those dudes. I don't worry about you. So I'm going to speak freely about y'all. If you came into boxing and you were above board and you tried to compete with people, and you took over boxing because you are better at boxing than they are, I wouldn't have anything to say. I would have no problems whatsoever. I say, hey, man, this guy is doing his thing. Wow. Look at how all these fighters are fighting together. Now, what can I say? Nod to this nigga getting some act right. He's working with the PBC, and you have Ryan facing Rolly. Ryan is a PBC fighter, for sure. You have other PBC fighters on those cards. So, hey, man, maybe you got a sense of act right, and they're working together, and they can work together as a partnership that makes boxing better. If that's the case, I don't care what he did over there in Saudi Arabia. But considering the type of person that this article says about him, bro, I don't think a lot of Saudis like him. So I'm not even worried about Saudis, because probably most Saudis don't even like the dude, considering the way he became famous and considering he's got a prison wing named after him. I think this nigga needs security in his own country. I'm sorry, bro. Just like Gabe Rosado told Bill Haney, nigga, you need bodyguards, bro. You need bodyguards. I don't need bodyguards. You need bodyguards. I'm never worried about a nigga that needs bodyguards, because you need bodyguards. There's a reason you need bodyguards. So if you got to walk around with them, I'm not worried about you, bro, because people that can walk around without them, some people can walk around without them. You know what I mean? Especially if you're good with the sheriff and you're good with the police. A lot of times, bro, you'd be surprised what you can do. Bill pissed off that many people, he needs bodyguards. Yeah, that's what yes, he needs bodyguards. He had a bodyguard that was standing between him, Bill Haney, and Bernard Hopkins. The only reason that Bill Haney bucked up to Bernard Hopkins was the fact that he had about a 6'5" bodyguard standing right there. Go look at the tape. I told you, they suckers, bro. They're suckers, bro. I don't care if they killed people. You're still a sucker. I'm for real. I don't care how many niggas you did. You still a sucker. You're still a sucker to me. Heavily armed, well-funded militia. Yeah, if you stand on shit, if you stand in shit, you start to smell like it. Bill's learning the hard way. Absolutely. I thought Bill was about that life, though. You paid dudes to protect you from trolls in real life. No, I don't. Come on, Oz. Let's go ahead and throw you out of here. No, I don't. In my imagination, don't worry, man. People look out for me, bro. I'm good. My family is good. My family looks out for me, bro. That's all I really need. That's all I really care about. All I care, bro. Oh, can somebody unblock him? Sorry about that, Jameson. Sorry. But yeah, 2 Cent. Bill needs bodyguards. That's what Gabriel Rosado said. Gabriel Rosado said, bro, you not like that, bro. You need bodyguards. That's what he said. You're not like that. You need bodyguards. I thought it was a fair point. I really thought it was a fair point. If you're not the president of the United States, or if you're not like Egyptian royalty, you know, like if he was like the crown prince of Egypt, then I would say, hey, bro, you probably got a lot of bodyguards around him. But if you're just a regular Joe Blow citizen and you need a bunch, Bro, you're doing something wrong in your life, dog. Life is not that serious, man, where you need to do things that put you in that much danger, bro. You know what I mean? Rick, you laughing? I'm serious, bro. The only people that should need bodyguards is like the crown prince of Egypt. If you're the crown prince of Egypt, then you're gonna have, planes going around you. You know what I mean? If you're the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, you're gonna have a whole military around you. You know? Tank was walking around with just his cameraman, wasn't worried about anything. Bird 101, exactly, because people are gonna take care of him. Matter of fact, to switch on to another subject, I was reading this. I am reading, and I gotta finish it today. I know it was a fake account because Kamal has a wrench. No, I didn't. Let me back it up. Hey, 2 Cent, can you write your question again so I don't have to look for it? I'm sorry that I missed it, but would you mind putting it down there so I don't have to find it again? I would greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. I saw the question that you asked, did he actually need bodyguards? If that's the question you're talking about, for sure, he needs real bodyguards. He has real bodyguards. Just like Floyd Mayweather has real bodyguards. Because there's so many people around him that want to hurt him. That's the thing. If you need bodyguards, bro, you either need to have a really big crowd around you where they're holding people off, or you have people that are right next to you that want to harm you, and you have to get bodyguards around you so that they don't harm you. You know? I just made it because I got a troll account. Oh, I must have made it because I got trolls. Yeah, you made it. Come on. Dog, come on. I constantly think that I'm going to put you on your own section of my shorts. Like, for real. Your shit's that good, bro. I'm about to start stealing my own content and putting you on shorts. Hey, is Bill comparable to Deion Sanders as far as having a say in his son's career and being blackballed? Yes. I don't know if Deion Sanders' son, are you saying that Deion Sanders' son is blackballed? If Deion's son is blackballed, that's a shame. But I don't know enough. But is Devin Haney blackballed? Yeah, I do think he's going to be blackballed. Yeah, if it's a father contributing to it, yeah, absolutely. The hatred, the sins of the father are often served on the son. It's for real. There's a lot of people. If you have a father that is the father that is really disliked, most people will dislike you when they see you because they're going to assume that you're like your father. You know what I mean? I've experienced that because there's people that didn't like my father. And a lot of people really say they love my father. And, whenever they come up and talk to me about my father, they say how much they love him. But, as time went on, their actions didn't back their words. Their actions were like, yeah, he love you for this season of your life, but when the season is over, they're gone. So, you know what I mean? Me and my mother talk about that. So, yeah, absolutely. Of course, Turki does. He falls under Saudi protocol, national security, wherever he goes. Yeah, he's got security too. Yeah. He not only has security, he has goons. But Turki Al-Sheikh is not going to have security. Turki Al-Sheikh is going to have actual goons with him. Actual people. Because, yeah, he's Saudi Arabia, because he's in the Saudi Arabian military. So he's going to have security around him for sure. Sack of Shit said, Fanon, I know the outside of the ring shit must get shady, but inside the ring, when the boxers slug it out, is real shit, right? It's not set up inside the ring, or what you think. Sometimes I think it's set up inside the ring. Most times, no. Most times I think we see real fights, fair fights. I think sometimes, though, that you get that. But that's why you need to have the Ali Act, and that's why you need to make sure that you have good regulations in boxing, so that that these people are not they are who they say they are. Their record is what they say it is, and that this is really going to be a competitive fight with their managers, registered managers, and registered promoters. That's why the WBA, the WBO, the IBF, and the WBA. Make sure I said them right. The IBF, the WBA, the WBO, and the WBC are all. That's why they're so important. And I know boxers often question what good they do, but that's the good that they do. They make sure that you don't have a bunch of funny ass fights. Too many fights at 143.5 with 5-ounce gloves and a 6-ounce ring, and Next fight, you're going to have a tire in the middle of the ring, and you're going to stick your foot in the ring. You put your foot in the tire, and that's how small the ring is going to be. You don't want those type of things. Kinahan is living in Saudi. Look, man, all I'm saying is, bro, look, I don't want to, as far as all that stuff goes, I just don't want to hear it, man. And I don't like you petty bullies bringing that shit to my attention. I just don't like it, man. Because you're petty bullies, bro. If I get snatched up out of the street by some Saudis, okay. I get snatched out of the street by some Saudis, I go missing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to come by and try to tell me that shit, he said, I'm the biggest bully? I am, yes. Bro, I am telling you, I will absolutely bully you. I'm not saying that I'm not a bully, bro. That's why I don't like bullies. Because I'm naturally inclined to be a bully. Definitely the type of dude to get mobbed up and come at you. You know what I mean? Me and about every nigga I can get, we going at you. Trust me. So yeah, I understand the inclination to be a bully, bro, but I changed later on in life, man. I used to stick people up for their money. Not with weapons or anything, but every lunchtime, bro. Nah, I was worse than that, dude. I literally used to go in people's pockets and be like, hey, man, can I borrow some money? There was like a whole year, almost 2 years, where I didn't pay for any of my food because I would just walk up to people and be like, hey, can I borrow $5? Hey, can you buy me a pizza? Can you do this? Can you do that? Man, I was getting food the whole nine, bro. Yeah, man, I would steal. I would do all that stuff. Absolutely. I stole everything except for messing with women and extorting people. I never extorted anybody. But yeah, absolutely. In my honest admission, I was a little wannabe criminal when I was a kid. Without a doubt, I was a little criminal when I was a kid. A liar and a criminal. I lied like it was going out of style. I'm telling you, I lied like a rug, bro. I used to lie like a rug. But then, you get busted out, you get in some trouble. You know what I mean? Fanon is makeup. What does makeup mean? What's Maybelline? What's makeup? Oh, NFL and FIFA is worse than boxing? Yeah. Oh, they'll blackball you. Nah, I never sold drugs, bro. I thought about it. I thought about selling weed, but I didn't do it. I did give a serious thought when I was a little tight on money on selling weed, but I didn't do that. But no, we ran scams. In college, I used to run scams where I would like, dude, that's why I know scammers, bro, because we used to scam. We would do things like, get in a car, break in people's houses. Like one time I was going out with a group of noobs and we're just driving around New Orleans in the east. And we just pulled out here, bro. We pulled up. Listen, no joke, bro. I was in the car with them. They pull up. They get out the car. They scale the door. They scale the building, go in somebody's house, steal a bunch of shit out the house, basically take everything out through. Basically, they unlock the door, come out the bottom with all the stuff. I got you, Frank Franklin. And they would come out with all the stuff and they put it in the house, right? So we had a bunch of stolen goods in the house. The dude I was hanging with had already served like 5 or 6 years for his first felony. And then after he got out, I think he might have served another 3 years or something like that for another felony. He's been straight for a lot of years now. But nah, man, I used to run with dudes like that, man. So I know scammers, bro. We would go out of town, get some clothes from TJ Maxx, take the stickers off the clothes from TJ Maxx, and then go put Neiman Marcus stickers on them, and then take them to Neiman Marcus and return them to Neiman Marcus. Like for real, we were doing shit like that. We would put scrollers out on the corner, and raise money. Say we were raising money for kids, and they would just collect coins and dimes. Man, we would get like a couple $1,000s a weekend doing shit like that, And then I did campaign finance fraud. So I'm telling you, trust me, bro. I'm not sitting up here like, yeah, I was a petty thug. Hell yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't like petty thugs, man. That's why I'm telling you, I don't like petty thugs. I don't like petty thugs. I was a petty thug a long time ago, bro. I ain't no petty thug no more. I don't like petty thugs, man. We'll get you beaten up. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, we will beat you up in a mob, the whole nine. You know what I mean? So, nah, dude, it's not like I don't appreciate Turki Al-Sheikh. I can appreciate Turki Al-Sheikh. I can appreciate being that type of dude, man. Hey, yo, don't be talking about Canaan Pride. There's no statute of limitations on that. Oh, yeah, there is. I allegedly did it. You're right. But you know how many people got to go down for that? They said, yeah, I'm lying. I'm making it up for YouTube. I'm making it up for YouTube. I'm making it up for YouTube. Anyway, the rest of the stuff is definitely covered by the statute of frauds. Bill is taking notes on how to submit to law enforcement. Exactly. We were sidewalk criminals, man. No joke. That's allegedly, and I was lying about that campaign stuff. That's a lie. I had nothing to do with that. Fanon telling stories. Oh, am I lying? Oh, no. What's Maybelline? What was Maybelline? What am I telling stories about? Yeah, I'm telling stories. I ain't saying, yeah, allegedly, indeed. Yeah, it was alleged. I didn't do that shit. I'm lying. Oh, now turn to state's evidence. Bro, look, let me tell you something, man. I'm trying to save you Negroes. I swear, bro. I don't get the Maybelline, but why are you saying makeup? Hey, this must be some young men slang that I don't get. Hey, keep it a bean and tell me what I need to do. Don't be diabolical. Hey, man, that's diabolical, man. Keep it a bean and tell me what you're saying to me. Hey, man, let me repeat, bro. Come on, man. Keep it a bean. Oh, I'm being fake. Oh, yeah. I'm being fake. Oh, yeah. I'm being fake. Yeah, for sure. I'm being fake as shit. Everything in here is a personality that I am making up, bro. Do seriously, man. I may tell you some nonsense. They don't believe what I had to say, bro. Don't believe anything I have to say. Trust me. Who traffics dope on a commercial flight? Somebody that wants to get caught. Somebody that wants to get caught puts that on a commercial airplane. Yeah, Franklin, I'm sorry. You caught me. You caught me. I was lying. Exactly, bro. Look, somebody that does that wants to get caught. If anybody does something so fucking stupid, it looks like there's no way that they could do it. There's a reason that they're doing it. Okay? So, more than likely, I would say anybody dumb enough to put that much on a commercial flight is somebody that wants to get caught. So, either the guy that was with Bill wanted to get caught, the person that either Bill wanted to get caught, the guy on the plane the guy with him wanted to get caught, or the people that put him on the plane wanted him to get caught. Somebody wanted somebody to get caught. Because I know you guys got Greyhound bus stations, and I know you've got train stations. You know what I mean? Take an Amtrak, dog. They let you on with your bag. And if they have any smithing dogs or anything near the place, just leave. You know what I mean? Let somebody buy their ticket. Take the bus ahead of you. Make sure they know the security protocol. Call you on the phone and be like, you're good. They're not sniffing the bus. Get on the bus, the next bus where they're not sniffing it out. Put that shit in a suitcase covered by coffee and Vaseline and whatever else you do. And then ship it off, man. You know, put some really, really pretty women in there. Put some really pretty women to carry the bags. Why would you want two suspicious ass looking black men? See, that's just some low level shit, bro. Maybelline fabricated beauty submitting to the embellish the hell. I always say, something to embellish the hell out of the truth. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Fanon speaking like he did that before. No, I didn't do that before, bro. I'm just thinking through a problem. I was just thinking if I wanted to move something and not get caught, what would I do? I would not go to an airport because they're going to check the bags on the airport because they're checking for bombs on the airplane. So, number one, they're searching your bags because they're looking for bombs. Anything that could be, anything that could explode, any type of weapons, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for that at a Greyhound bus station, man. They're not. And if you got a boy who works on trains and can get into a train and put it on a train, then you don't have to worry about any of that. Because once it gets put on the train, you're not going to get caught with anything until it ends, right? It has to come off the train, and then they have to catch you when it comes off the train. But they're not going to catch you while it's on the train because you're not on the train. Okay? So I would say if you're trying to be a criminal, try to meet somebody that works for the trains and put it on a train. You know what I mean? Get a product where you buy like a bicycle or something. You build the bicycle, you put it in the bicycle. You put it in the welding of a bicycle, or you put it in the welding of some big thing that melts, some piece of metal or something. You put it in the center of that. How much is it worth? You know what I mean? And how much is your years in jail worth? How much time is it worth for you to be in jail? No, I've never done it. I'm just saying if I would do it, that's how I would do it. I'd be looking heavy and hard for somebody that was on a train. And then I need somebody that's on a bus. Because trust me, I'm going to do it on the train this time. I'm going to do it on the bus next time. And hopefully do enough of it where you don't have to do it anymore. Especially if you have the distribution where it's going to. You know what I mean? Come on, man. There's better ways to do these things than being stupid enough to get on a plane. Had flour in a zip bag and oregano and got pulled to a small room in an airport ASAP. Exactly, bro. You can't do it through an airport, man. Hey, he said, exactly. That's my thoughts exactly. Don't sell or do drugs, y'all. Please don't. Please don't. He said, I ran from Philly to Detroit, Greyhound, no problem ever. That's what you got to do. You got to get on a Greyhound. Get on a Greyhound. Get your ass on a. If you can't do Greyhound, get yourself on an Amtrak. And then when you get on the Amtrak, you got to take the local bus. You take the local bus. You don't even have to get in a car. You can just take that and roll that with you all the way over to a bus, and you can literally take the city bus across town. Because guess what? If you're on a city bus, you're not going to get pulled over. How many times have you been on a city bus where the police raided a city bus? Almost never, if ever. Bar 101 said, Martin, it was easy in our time. It's hard. I'm sure it is hard, but people get it done. I'm telling you, I think I can get it done. I think I could get it done. I really do. Hey, Uncle Dre says, stop. You about to get somebody locked the hell up. Look, man, I'm pontificating about criminality, bro. What I told y'all was that's why I did not become a prosecutor. Because if I was a prosecutor, you Negroes would be in jail. For not OG, don't be explaining and giving your wisdom, bro. Ron Yash, man, this is not wisdom. I hope you guys never do this. Don't you listen to Fanon. Yeah, don't listen to me. He said, hey, bro, I'm just trying to tell you, like, for real. If you ask me something, I'm going to give you an honest answer. I actually owe somebody. Yeah, no, they have. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But for some trains, but I'm not talking about it. If you can get on an Amtrak, cool. If you can't get on an Amtrak, cool. But when I'm saying a train, I'm talking about like literally like a one coming out of like a train line, bro, that moves big heavy stuff. That's what I mean. I'm talking about the ones, the big cargo trains, the ones that's moving a bunch of coal, ones that are moving a bunch of, like moving in, sewer pipes that are like 10 feet in diameter. That's what I'm saying. If Fanat didn't have good parents and family, whatever state he resided in, would previously reside in, would be in a network, it'd be exploited. No, my whole family was criminals. Dog, I'm going to tell you the truth, dude. Not my immediate family, but large number of my family are criminals. I love my criminal family. I love them to death. We'll do anything for them. We're family to the end, man, to the grave. Trust me. I've got family that are, less than reputable. However, it is, a freight train. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, you move it on a freight train. Martin, me and my friend of mine used to catch up trains, used to catch the train and up and the bus back. There you go. Catch the train up and the bus back. Yeah, there you go. You better ask somebody that knows, bro. All that stuff is monitored at the airports. Really. It really is, man. But T. Orlando said I'm a bully. I know. I'm a big bully, bro. I'm a bad guy, I know. But for real, man, if I disappear, I want to thank you guys very much for everybody. Let me give you my own eulogy right now. In case I judged wrong and somebody comes to harm me, I would like to thank every one of you to listen to all the shit talk I've done up until that point. I want you to truly know, I want to thank you for listening to every bit of shit I talked this entire time. And to know that my death, trust you me, was well worth me talking all that shit to y'all. I don't care what I say under torture. Trust you me, right now, I'm so happy. They said Bill had drugs up his butt. Oh, God. That's nasty. No, I think they said, I read. No, for real, I'm telling you, Bird 101, if it happens, bro, I just want to let y'all know, shit. Frank said, we got your back for 9. I'm coming from Florida. I appreciate you, bro. Said, don't talk your way into. Nah, I'm not. I'm just kidding, bro. Salute, brother, for 9. Peace be the journey. Thank you, 9 Miles. He said, nah. Jameson Chill said, knowing you'd fake your death, relocate to a private island, OG. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get this cash app, brother. I'm sorry. Oh, that's big, bro. Thank y'all, man. Wow, man. Hey, Enrique Gonzalez this morning said with the $5 holler, brother, thank you so much. Man, Jameson Childress with the $25 holler, bro. That is huge, bro. Thank you so much. Said some ties for the building fund. Thank you, bro. I need that, man. And my guy Bird 101 says some support. Thank you, Bird 101. Mr. Madsen said, peace, Fanon. Thank you for your service. Hashtag Lord Haney. Shout out to Lord Haney. And my guy, Uncle Dre's Finest, you dig? Shout out to Dre's Finest, man. Thank you for the big time support in the Cash App, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. When does Arrow come back? I don't know. He said, Jan, said, don't entertain those questions, boss. Yeah, I'll stop doing it. Sometimes it's fun, though. Sometimes my therapist told me sometimes you need to get it out. You know what I mean? My therapist says sometimes you got to let it out. For real. And I don't want you guys thinking I got soft. You know, I don't want you guys to think that I got soft. Malcolm X got killed, bro. Everybody knows Malcolm X wasn't soft. Martin Luther King got killed, bro. Medgar Evers got killed. Emmett Till got killed. Countless number of people got lynched. You know what I mean? George Floyd got choked to death right in front of people. I don't see why we as black people should be afraid of something we know could happen at any moment. So you just have to live your life like it is what it is. You know what I mean? And know just any point in time, bro, the police can snatch you up and do the exact same thing to you. You know what I mean? I mean that to the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you, Dre's Finest. For real. Oh, I'm going to live, bro. I'm 56 years old. Ron Yash, I'm 56. I'm not 33. I'm 56, bro. I'm 56. Exactly. It's madness. They can clap you in the coma. Yeah, it is what it is, bro. Last time you tried to chill, Thanos clan was over here trying to take advantage of your kindness straight up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Two Cents said the last time you tried to chill, the Hanos clan was over here trying to take advantage of your kindness straight up. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, Ron, yeah, are you 58? Yeah. You know what I mean? I got, what does it say? I got 12 more years, bro. You got 12 more years before you die an old man. I've got 14 more years until I die an old man. If you die at 70, you died an old man. Ron Yash, watch this shit, bro. You're out of here, bro. I'm talking to you politely and you're talking stupid shit. I'm not interested in your stupid shit. Okay? King. I am not too young, too classy for that. Malcolm X is one of the most classy individuals you'll ever see. He was not too classy for that. John F. Kennedy was classy. Robert Kennedy was classy. They were not too classy for that. If you mean be classy, shut my mouth and do what you tell me to do, boy, I'm not going to do it. I'm not changing the subject for none of y'all. For now, we all know you're not rap tight, and we still rolling with you. You dig? Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Hell no, I ain't rap tight. I'm rap loose in a mug, man. They said, Martin, I'm 51 and I didn't think I would make it this far. Dude, I didn't think I'd make it past 39. I didn't think I would live past 39. I remember when I was, how old was I? My daughter was, well, no, my son was a baby. So that was like, say it was 20 years ago. So I was 35. Yeah, I was like maybe 35, 36 years old. Dude, I didn't think I was going to make it past 39. I really didn't. I was like, remember thinking, I just want to see, I want to just live long enough for the seventh Harry Potter book to come out. Bro, seriously, man, I was that scared that I was going to die. When I was in my mid-30s, I just knew, I was like, I had substantial fear of death in my mid-30s. So I remember thinking, I just want to live long enough to read the rest of the Harry Potter series. You know what I mean? Bro, it was hectic on your boy, man. It was hectic on your boy. You know what I mean? That's what hey, Jameson Chill said that was what I used to say about the Avengers movies. Yep. You know you are ready to go, bro, when you only care if a kid's book is coming out. Exactly. Jay said, let me live to see the end game. From the West Side, I would suppose so. Okay, my bad. That's not for me. You know? So anyway, yeah, trust me, I'm not rap tight, bro. I thought I was going to be gone before I was 39. Because I was such a radical thinker and I just was so into like black causes. And I really, at some point in time, thought I could just join the Nation of Islam and be a preacher with the Nation of Islam. And I could like become like what's my guy's name? Dark-skinned, bald-head guy. He went to Dillard. He went to the same college as I did. Khalid Muhammad. I was like, man, because I really liked Khalid Muhammad. Khalid Muhammad was savage, but I definitely fuck with Khalid Muhammad. And because Khalid Muhammad went to Dillard, and then Khalid Muhammad Khalid Muhammad. And then Khalid Muhammad came up to Howard when I was in law school, and I wanted to listen to him speak, but the Anti-Defamation League had like picketed. They were picketing and it blocked off the whole place. So it was like this big drama they were causing. So yeah, man, I was really big into Khalid Muhammad, and I was like, man, I could do what he does. So I always thought that if I did what he did, that I would be good enough at representing black nationalism, where I thought that I could really be a threat to people. So that's why I always felt like, I know if I go into this, that it's going to be a lot of drama. So I didn't chicken out, but I was kind of, didn't have a complete solution to what. Fanon, can I get your boxing Mount Rushmore? Sure, for sure. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Sam Langford, and Jack Johnson. Let me make sure I can do this again. Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Sugar Ray Robinson. And I think I may have to go with either Jack Johnson or Henry Armstrong. Fanon, another commercial. Hey, my man Joe A said you forgot Dillian White. Oh, yeah, put Dillian White. Now, I could do a British Mount Rushmore, which is Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Nassim Hamed, Ken Buchanan, and Joe Calzaghe. I think that's about right. Nah, I didn't put Joe Louis on there because I had to get Jack Johnson on there. You know what I mean? I could actually, Joe Louis, yeah. Let me get rid of Floyd Mayweather. Nah, I can't get rid of Floyd. Oh, yeah, Lennox Lewis and the Jamaican. No, I'm not giving Lennox Lewis to Great Britain. He's from Canada, man. All right, my bad. Lennox Lewis, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, Joe Calzaghe, and Ken Buchanan. Yeah, Lennox Lewis. I'll give you Lennox Lewis. Originally, I was going to say no Lennox Lewis. Originally, I was going to say no Lennox Lewis because I wanted to give Lennox Lewis to Jamaica. I'm giving him to Jamaica so he can be with Livingstone Bramble. Who are the other Jamaican fighters, man? Who was the other one? Sam? What was this? Simon? What was his name? Simon Brown? Was it Simon Brown? Was he Jamaican? But look, man, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank you guys so much for your support today. But I am going to check up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. Oh, Errol Spence is Jamaican. Then give me Errol Spence as Jamaican. I'll give Errol Spence Jr. to Jamaica. Oh, Chris Eubank and Connor and Ben. Oh, okay. Then Chris Eubank and Nigel Ben. So Chris Eubank, Nigel Ben, Lennox Lewis. I think it's Harry Simon and Livingstone Bramble. I would say Mexican. Mexican. I would say Julio Cesar Chavez, Salvador Sanchez, Juan Manuel Marquez, Pepito. I think Pepito Cuevas. I'm pretty sure Pepito Cuevas is Mexican. And Red Lopez, and I'll go Red Lopez for the Mexicans. Yeah, for the Mexican, from the Mexicans from Mexico. From and I'm saying, yeah. Oh no, throw Canelo at the end. I'll take off Red Lopez and I'll put on Canelo. As far as Mexican Americans, you got to give me my guy Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, Johnny Tapia. Mikey Garcia. Yep, Mikey Garcia. And David Benavidez. So, yeah, David Benavidez, Mikey Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, and Johnny Tapia. Yeah. Even though I'm sure there's somebody else like down there that may be better, like, what's that little itty bitty dude's name, man? Used to throw them hands, bro. Yeah, what's that dude's name used to throw them hands, bro? God, dog, what's his name, man? Little dude, man. Little dude, bro. Little dude. Not, man, what is his name? I can see his face. Michael Carbajal. I think Michael Carbajal. Yeah, Michael Carbajal. Let me not forget Michael Carbajal. But look, man. Yeah, I'm talking about Michael Carbajal. Yeah, Michael Carbajal. Yeah, Michael Carbajal. Got to put Michael Carbajal up there, man. But dude, I'm messing up my favorite ones though. Mexicans, you got to put Marco Antonio Barrera in there, and I gotta go with my guy Eric Morales. Eric Morales was nasty. As far as Puerto Rico, obviously you got my guy Tito Trinidad. You got Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfredo Benitez. Then you have Miguel Cotto, and dang, what is his name, man? I know there's another Puerto Rican I'm missing, bro. Probably Gomez. I think Gomez. Michael Carbajal, and he's from Chicago. Okay, yeah, put Michael Carbajal in there too. Yeah, man. Felix Tito Trinidad is one of my favorite fighters ever. One of my favorite fighters ever, bro. Oh, go ahead and throw my guy Macho Camacho in there. Yeah, throw Macho Camacho in there. He said, and Marquez just for drinking his own piss. Exactly, bro. Jake Paul in Puerto Rico now. Yeah. So, yeah, we can do that all day. But let me get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, and I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Deuces.